All right, some highlights from today, and I'm going to talk a little bit about stocks to watch tomorrow. Also in this same video, knock it all out together, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But RYL called as a short. I wanted to short a home builder this morning after the initial run up in the market. Called it as a short right there at 40.38 with a high of day stop, and it fell pretty quickly to 39.51. Yeah, 87-cent move in our favor, 22 cents risk. SEAS. I'm going to explain this one because this happens sometimes, okay? If you're just sitting around doing nothing or trading and all of a sudden you see a massive move in something, rather than chase it, switch to 2-minute candles and try to buy, if you get, now this is if you get a clean pullback, right? Preferably near the 8-period moving average, and you got a nice setup there. I actually called this long over this green candle, 30.18 with a stop below 30. And you can see what happened. It went to 30.99, almost to 31. So there's a little trick I use. And 2-minute candles oftentimes can give you a decent setup. I actually did that in SRPT too. All right, you had this spike there. And then I just called this on the first break of a previous Tuesday high, which was 24.80. And it ended up getting up to 25.12, I think, at best, before coming back down to the entry. Okay. Might have revisited here. Anyway, I sold most around 25 bucks. I didn't get that much out of it, and it chopped around the rest of the day. As it started to become apparent that the reason for the initial spike wasn't as great as what I think many people thought, and it wasn't going to get back through the high of the day, I ended up killing it. So, GNK from today, this one had that crazy move the other day, okay? And so just gave a really clean, low-risk setup here. Let me zoom in. You see the big move the other day. All right, and then you had the early pop to 184 and then a very tight base right below that. So I just called it at 185 with a stop at 180. And there's the trigger. Only a nickel stop. It doesn't look like much, but it did make it actually all the way to 204, which, you know, on a $2 stock, $1.85 entry actually moved to 204 is not bad. The stop was only a nickel away and never got hit. Along those same lines, as a matter of fact, I called Ballard Power, BLDP, late in the day. You see this big volume spike there, and then you had this base. Just called it, whoops, let me back that out. Just called it over 415. I'll get it right. Okay, see the spike over the early high, and then it was right back up there. So I just said over, I think I called it 416 with maybe a 410 stop, can't remember. And it ran the rest of the day. Again, doesn't sound like much, but from 416 to 432 is a nice percentage gain. And, you know, maybe these things are holding now, these Ballard Powers and plugs, and maybe they're going to run from here. I may have to throw those on the watch list too. They're kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm going to put both of those on the watch list for tomorrow. And some other stocks that are on the watch list for tomorrow now. And here's the reason I'm putting it in this video and just knocking it all out. I am not going to be trading tomorrow. It is my anniversary, so I will not be trading tomorrow. But I wanted to still put out a list for our members and for any YouTube viewers that we have of stocks that I would be watching if I were trading. The chat room will still be open. ISR, you guys know I love this one. It's been very good to us. And you know what? You had kind of a double top here, but it's coming back down near the last pullback, near the 8-day moving average. So this one, keep your eyes on it for a potential bounce. If I were trading, I would want to see a narrow range for a while and then a break of the early high. And having that on a chart can help you kind of be the first group in if it plays out that way. NOW, don't like this one as much, but it never did break its early high today, so it just goes back on bounce watch again. All these are assuming the market's bouncing as well, by the way. E-Trade, ETFC, you know, it's kind of got a doji candle here. It didn't break its early high, so it's just back on watch. Didn't give us an entry today. And WY took out some recent lows, but it's fallen for 3 days to do that. I don't love this one, but you know it's worth it if stocks in this group, and I believe it's lumber, so anything to do really with home building bounce, that's a possible watch. Again, you can tell how excited I am about that one. I can hardly get the sentence out. SRPT. I just talked about that one a little bit ago. I think it's worth having on watch because if you get a narrow range and you light up the new highs ticker on that one and you can be the first group in on a high of day break coming out of a narrow base or something, you might get folks piling in from, you know, that saw the story today and said, oh, maybe news is out, and you can get in that one before the crowd, if you will. And then this one's kind of weird looking, LJPC, and the only reason it's on watch is because it got this big volume spike late in the day. I think that someone came out with a big old price target on it. So again, if you get a quiet day and then a high day break, if you have that on a chart, you can be one of the first in and sell to the people that are chasing it, if that makes any sense to you. And just like I just said, I'm going to put BLDP and PLUG. Possible double bottom right there on Ballard Power. Came, after this crazy move, came all the way back down to here. Possible double bottom. It might be up from here. And then let's glance at Plug as well. Plug looked like it was rolling over and some strength today, and actually closed fairly strong. So keep your eyes on those as well. Haven't looked at as many charts as I normally do because, again, it's my anniversary tomorrow, but I wanted to give you all something to watch. And so that's what I've come up with. Trade smart tomorrow. Have a good day. Hope you make a bunch of money, and I will see everybody on Thursday.